In the sun-swept lands, war is upon us. Two magical superpowers stand poised to strike out at each other with all the armies and spells at their disposal, and no one shall be the victor. Unless perhaps our young heroes can lead a daring strike against the machine city of Diffraxus before their armies reach the enchanted walls of IOTH Academy. Welcome everyone to the thing I just said. I am Tormented by Gnomes, your dungeon master, joined as always on Book of Dawn IOTH Academy by Crowan, Leg Day, and Lemon Kiwi. Crowan, what's new with you?
Doing good. Just I'm planning on moving, so I've been trying to like sell some of my furniture and stuff, and dealing with people on the old Facebook Marketplace has been an adventure. Yeah,
Those are the worst kind of people.
it's been interesting. So we're dealing with that, but good.
Cool,
otherwise, we chilling.
I like to call those random encounters.
They really do feel very random.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like I'll just be, hey honey, how was your day? Oh my god, I had the weirdest random encounter today.
truly.
Leg Day, that's an awesome shirt. What's going on?
Thank you. I always, when I hear the word random encounter, my immediate thought goes to RuneScape back in the day, when you could like randomly encounter some pretty poorly scripted NPCs from events. And I feel like that's exactly who would come from like Facebook Marketplace, like some guy dressed up as a devil going, the offer says 100, but I would like to offer you $10 and a broken Xbox. will you meet with John, the deals warlock, and give me this sofa?
Sometimes I forget that you were a RuneScape degen.
Yeah.
The old ways. Lemon Kiwi, how you be? How are things?
Good. Filming shenanigans, and now here on supposed day off, and I'm excited to just do combat for the first time. And I don't know when the last time we did combat actually was.
It's so weird because I'm always like, oh, it feels like so much of year 5 has just been fight after fight after fight after fight, and I sometimes fail to appreciate the fact that the last like 2 months plus have just been negotiations and roleplay. So it is time to kill. Speaking of which, when last we left our heroes, they were preparing a preemptive strike against the machine city of Diffraxus. They have 2 primary targets. First, this giant magical death ray built by Designer 8, one of the people who left Diffraxus to join the Dark Academy and help Alexander. However, Designer 8 has been detorsified and reduced down to a head.
Detorsified.
Detorsification, yeah, it's a thing that happened. Don't act horrified, the one who done it.
No, I just never heard that word before.
Well, you have now.
You just took this guy to an eldritch belt sander and just slowly pruned him like a bonsai tree.
Yeah.
It's much cleaner than a wood chipper. Anyways, he's built this weapon designed to harness both the power of the sun and the fires of the elemental well springs. But our heroes have received information from the decapitated head of Designer 8, decoded with the help of the machine prince Anacra, whose machinations have been revealed, but only to our young heroes. Their plan is to infiltrate this weapon, turn it against their enemies and their war machines before they can leave and march upon IOTH Academy, then shoot anything else they can with it before they blow it up. Meanwhile, in the elven refuge, the Dawn Elf refuge of Onderud, Garnet and Master Elnao are experimenting with the enormous sphere of annihilation that apparently wiped out Alexander and destroyed the Book of Dawn. Spoilers for the last 88 episodes, if you're just now watching. Using the power of the mask that she created, a void mask that covered her entire body in armor, amplified her powers, and strengthened her connection to the void, a forbidden piece of magic that she learned from Seosh, the Spiral, a being from before Anacra's dawn, Garnet was able to effortlessly and perfectly control this enormous sphere, weaving it around like it's a toy. Now, as we come upon the eve of the battle, our heroes must decide when to strike. There are whispers of waiting until dawn, just as the war machines roll out in order to harness the power of the sun, just as rises in the east to maximize the effectiveness of the weapon. However, Garnet is currently in perfect control of the Sphere of Annihilation, which is planned to be used elsewhere in the city as a distraction and a second weapon. Where did we leave all of our heroes? Athalor, when last we left you were setting off a ton of alarms in the Archmage's office. Am I correct?
Yes. I forget why.
All right. I think you and Crowan were scheming, and it had to do with the quill, as usual.
Yeah,
Oh,
take some of
yes.
the elemental like wellspring magic, whatever, and use the quill to like carry it and transfer it to then have Mason's magic be able to pull from the elemental stuff there when we
Yeah.
go.
We
To do
were
things.
going to charge for Quill to give about 20 spell slots worth of magic to Mason for his
20
Yeah,
slots.
we were
Wow.
cooking.
It's not quite 20 slots, but it's related. Related.
It's a lot of magic.
It is a lot of magic. The book
Charging
could
his
hold
battery.
at least 5 times that.
Not anymore.
That's it.
I said at least. I left myself an upper ceiling. All right.
Okay.
So you wanted to go beyond the door within the headmaster's office to the chamber with the elemental well springs, and then just touch the quill against the fire portal. What was your plan?
Yeah, we're going to go into the southern door to the cross section of elemental well springs and just drag a bunch of fire energy out of this. I believe it's top right that has the fire on it. It is the top right. Just to charge up the quill so that we can use this as a fuel source for mantras. I believe piracy might be the right word. We're doing some piracy of the rune structure on this big old cannon.
You wouldn't download a rune. Okay. Give me an Arcana check or a Charisma check.
Okay.
Or a Calligraphy Tools check. Your choice.
First roll. Show us it's not broken.
Let's roll, boys.
No whammies.
Oh,
Absolutely no whammies.
let this set the tone for tonight, please.
Yes.
We are off to a golden start. The quill. So, there's like one Streamloots card that I haven't turned off the Behold an Act of God sound on, and it just jump scared the crap out of me. Chat just gave you some treasure. The blessings of the Titan Aruk, the golden god.
Nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and start rolling for that. In the meantime, Athalor, the quill brims with power. You've managed, without making it explode, to absorb 22 spell points.
Holy crapola, that's a lot of spell points. Mamma mia.
Sheesh.
Now the book's even more shit in comparison.
Given that it doesn't exist, yes, I think that's accurate.
my plan all along.
Whoops.
All right. What else was going on at IOTH Academy? Because what's going to happen next is that Elnao is going to use a sending stone to contact the school. So we're going to allow the whole party to communicate with each other in order to coordinate the final plan. But before that, I want to go through Mason and Athalor. Anything else they have in mind?
It was. I mean, I maybe didn't finalize like the time yet, but once we do, it was to teleport. I think into the like outhousey, not outhouse, actual bedroom kind of thing, and then
the outbuilding.
Yeah, the outbuilding. And then run around, set up all the rune circles, set up the stuff. And I guess I don't know if we discussed it, but we'd have to worry about the people on the outside guarding because they could just like come in, so we'd have to like block off the door some way. Did we talk about that before?
Yeah.
Let's
We
go
also talked
ahead.
about how we have to go up and down at the same time.
Unless you have anything you want to discuss specifically, do you want to do a conference call sending with Garnet in order to set up the final plan?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, her distraction's probably going to be the biggest factor as to how we try and play this.
Okay. Garnet, Elnao is going to route you through communications, putting you in touch with Mason and Athalor. and the rest of the people, the wardens and such on site. You are still in the middle of controlling this enormous sphere.
I'm like still like right in front of it, so you probably hear like wind or like I don't know what sound the sphere would do. It's like it sounds like I'm in a wind tunnel. Hello?
Did you manage to get it?
Staring at the void sphere. Get what?
The weapon of mass destruction that threatens my home.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
How's your stuff coming?
Fire crackling noise. Great. Just great, actually.
Sarcasm detector. Where is it?
You detect no sarcasm from Athalor.
It's actually doing great. Like you're
Well, I'm somewhat scared, but as far as everything could be going, I think it's going okay. We have plans to turn the cannon tower into a little bit of a, I don't know, a monument to Mantra's runes, which are going to make our brains go faster so we can fire it better, because all of this stuff is incredibly complicated. When do you think you're going to need to do your distraction, invasion, attack?
I'm ready to
What
go
do you-
now.
Now.
Oh.
How long do y'all need?
Just like putting down the metaphorical phone to look at Untermauler.
The stone? I don't know, like what are we using?
The sun is in the process of setting. That's the current time.
I guess the concern was if we go at night, won't have the sun's power to utilize with the lens, and the top of the dome might be sealed at that point as well. So could we wait till morning, or just, I mean, go there and have to wait? I don't know how long it would take to
Aren't
do
they
the top
attacking
bit.
in the morning, and that's why we're going at night?
To clarify, their armies are rolling out in the morning. And so there's a couple of possibilities. If you attack now, you have advantages, which Garnet can expound upon in a moment. If you attack at night, you won't be able to harness the unmatched power of the sun to charge the weapon. You'll have to rely only on the elemental well springs. If you wait until dawn, you'll be able to tap into the power of the sun, but the armies will be in the process of moving out. So you'll have a very short window of opportunity, relatively speaking. Those are the different parameters. You can call upon any of the advisors and teachers and such that you want to make this decision, but I want you to talk about it first. Because you're the main characters and I'm all the background people. So yeah.
Yeah, so
I guess it's either now or at dawn. Going at night seems to be it would make our portion of the plan very hard to make work. I take it that control of a sphere is somewhat tenuous, or do you have it for as long as you want?
Well, I think I got a good grasp of this for the next couple of minutes, but I'll have to probably try again. But I was thinking nighttime, at least for our side of things, may be better. Especially if I end up doing some flying around. It might be nice to be a little bit more stealthy and in the darkness and whatnot. And shadows can hide very well in the dark and whatnot. But I also like that the lens won't be targeting maybe us and maybe me in the sky and lasering me down if I'm up to something. But would it be okay to just disable it for now, and then when dawn arrives, I don't know how long this is gonna take, but
It depends on how much damage you're planning on doing. I don't think we'll be able to hold down the tower for an extended period. Like, we don't have like an occupation force here, and they'll likely be summoning reinforcements from the city once things start to go awry at the tower.
well, with our distraction, I'm hoping you guys can, I guess, take out the people that are there and just hold up there, and we'll try to make enough noise where we're gonna be the bigger threat. And I'm not sure. But you'll have Bronthon forces with you, so you'll have a lot of help.
The party
Math
has the benefit
teachers.
of an augury too, actually, because you didn't use one from last time. So this concerns something you're going to do, I think, in the next 30 minutes. So if you want to deploy that now, you can.
Ooh.
Bye-bye. Whoop.
We could
Um,
always use the augury.
What should we ask?
Probably some manner of comparison questions, such as comparable to an attack in the next 20 minutes. What would an attack on Diffraxus in the dead of night mean for us?
Sounds good to me. What do you think, Mason?
Trying to think if it would actually work that way. The wording on
We just
things.
the lens? Like, would it be beneficial for us to use the lens against our enemies?
So augury has to be a specific course of action, the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
So we would have to
yeah.
just ask if we're going to do it now within 30 minutes, which I guess it's not nighttime, right? It's sun is setting, but there's still a little bit. Is that correct?
Correct.
Whether it be, wheel or woe or whatnot.
I mean, if I leave early, I may even draw out the forces at the lenses. Especially at night, they can't use them, so...
True, we could phrase
Why?
it that way, frame it for that.
But, yeah, I'm not sure how to phrase something in what's going to happen in 30 minutes.
If
Unless-
Garnet and other forces distract and do damage on their side, will then controlling the lens to take out, all of our targets be wheel or woe, yeah. I don't know if we can get better than that, can we?
What do you think, Athalor?
Certainly sounds very specific. I think there are too many loopholes in that one.
If you want to give that one a shot, go ahead and repeat it for me so that I can have one more chance to parse it. Or type
one
it
more
out if you want it.
Just an idea of, like, would it be enough to use the well springs to operate the lens against our enemies, or would that be functional? Because then we don't technically need the sun, but are the well springs enough? I don't know if we actually have that knowledge already out of character, but if the well springs are enough.
They haven't gone through all of the information like they have total access to Designer 8's mind, but there's so much information there that hasn't all been parsed yet. So they don't know that, but you could use the augury on it. But it would have to be something like, if in the next 30 minutes we attack, will it go well or will it go wheel or woe?
I would assume, I don't see any specific documentation that talks about the collection of the sunlight, but I'd assume that it's to do with filling the energy reservoir, and it may be a lot slower if it's only coming from the elemental energy as opposed to the sun as well. I don't know if it's some manner of mixing the solar energy with the elemental energy that actually gives the weapon its destructive nature.
Can we roll for any kind of wellspring knowledge regarding, like...
Yeah, this would be... Is anyone in... Well, no, you haven't completed Underworld Studies, but you could do an Arcana check here.
I have elementalism.
Yes, that will count.
No,
Advantage
roll
on your
first,
roll.
then.
Okay. You're dealing with a lot of unknowns here. And even when you read through the description of the weapon and how it works, there's references to all sorts of different factors, but none of it says, here's how it make blow up. It just says, here's how to fire it. Theoretically, solar energy should not be required to use elemental power to blow stuff up.
Okay. feel like we could make it work at night.
Are you guys able to target the other lenses? Was that the plan, right?
Was that
Uh,
secondary to the
uh,
war machines?
Army first, then the lenses was
Okay,
someone
right.
else's plan.
We'll be careful then.
And then if we happen to have more time after that, before then destructing it, then the other key designer homes within Diffraxus as well. So we have knowledge of that.
Indeed.
I don't know if we'll get around to that though.
I'm thinking exfil. Are you guys going to come to us when you're done, or are you going to exit on your own?
I'm hoping she has another gate. Do I know if she has another gate?
She's not planning on using another gate to get out. The gate is necessary to move because you can't teleport a sphere of annihilation.
So she's a teleporter.
Yeah,
a dimension
teleports.
door, some shit.
Yeah. She'll bring along 2 extra scrolls of Dimension Door and 1 scroll of Teleportation Circle. Teleportation Circle takes a minute to cast, so it's sort of the, we have time to town portal versus, oh crap, we got to get out now. Let's see.
But how do we plan on getting the sphere out then if we only have 1 gate? The map. Me just dragging
wait a
the
minute.
sphere like 30 feet a turn just through this city.
Elnao will confide in you that she wants to destroy it afterwards.
Garnet hangs up the call.
Hold on, I got
I got someone on the other line who needs a fucking slap.
You just hear off in this. Is what do you fucking think you're gonna destroy it? Yeah, sorry.
1, I don't want to leave this in the hands of the enemy long enough for them to study it. 2, if we destroy it correctly, there's a chance that we could cause further catastrophic damage to the city.
And how would you destroy it?
By combining it with other extra-dimensional spaces. When we move this through the gate, anytime that a sphere of annihilation crosses a planar barrier or enters an extra-dimensional space, like Onderud, for example, not an issue because it originated here. But if you tried to take a normal-sized sphere of annihilation, like the one you created in your first year, and put it in a portable hole, or a bag of holding, there's a high chance the sphere is destroyed. There's a small chance that the sphere successfully enters that space. And there is a smaller chance that the sphere creates a vortex and destroys planar barriers and drags everything within a large radius towards itself on its way out of existence. Under normal circumstances, our odds of succeeding with this, moving this sphere through the gate, would be a coin flip or worse.
Question: how far away can I control this thing?
You can control a sphere within 60 feet.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We're not going to agree on this, but we don't have a lot of time, so.
Right. If we had more time, or if we had the sage, we would just try to gate it out twice. But we're taking a risk. The moment that we try to move this through a gate, we're taking a risk. If it wasn't for the desperate nature of current events and the aptitude that you've demonstrated both inherently and with your new equipment, we wouldn't be doing this in the first place. But doing it twice, I do not like those odds. So and we can't leave it in the hands of the enemy, which is why I suppose we destroy it.
Picks up the sending stone again. We'll figure out our end in a little bit. Do we have anything else to talk about? The augury, right?
Yeah, do we want to try to... Oh, which part? Because there were 2 kind of options of the augury. The controlling of the lens, but I think, Athalor, you thought that would work out anyway, right? From your knowledge of elemental magics, or...
I'm vaguely confident we can fire it at night. But obviously, the second that it fires at night, if there was ever any doubt, they're going to very much know exactly what's happening.
Mm-hmm. So we would need the distraction to be well underway and lock down the tower area with the lens.
How long are you guys gonna need to like take control of the tower, you think?
In my limited military knowledge of a 15-year-old, a while.
Okay, well,
Depends. Yeah, and even just to set up the area, it would with the plans of all the circles and stuff, it would probably be, I don't know, 5 minutes to make sure everything's set up after we get there.
It's
And
the
however
moving
long
of the people
after.
inside that might take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because where we're going to teleport in, there are levels below and levels above. And we'll have to clear them both simultaneously, otherwise we'll be trapped from one side.
okay, well, I can try to leave about 30 minutes to an hour before you guys head out so that I have time to make noise. And then hopefully that draws them towards me during that time. And then 30 minutes to an hour, you guys TP in? Or what's the timing?
Think you'll be able to hold out for that long?
I think 5 minutes of distraction should be enough to get the guards from the front moving away. So we have one less direction to worry about. Then we only have to worry about up and down rather than outside.
So one thing I want to point out is that the target for Garnet's attack is inside the heart of the city, and the weapon that you guys are attacking is on the outskirts of the city, on the outer perimeter. So there's a wide distance between the two. This is not a local distraction where it's like, oh, this is going to pull these troops away. This is a strategic distraction where they're going to be communicating with each other about this attack over here, so they can't send reinforcements as well, etc. But it's probably not going to do much for the immediate forces boots on the ground.
Gotcha.
Meaning, theoretically, you could attack at the same time. It's just that Garnet and Elnao's attack would be loud, and your attack would start out quiet. And hopefully, the big explosion, giant sphere of doom, all that crap is noisy enough to take precedence.
Okay, then I can just leave a little bit earlier then.
It certainly muddle their communications.
I just need time to like get set up, and I mean, ideally we want to try and get in stealthily and take out as many people without summoning the whole crowd, and then, you know, once we are discovered, then go crazy. The element of surprise will help us at the beginning.
Yeah, I suppose there's a chance that there might not be anyone even inside the tower with the lens. I mean, I know there's people outside, but there could not be anyone inside.
You could scribe before you go, I guess.
Well, we can always try in the little designer bedroom
the
place,
hut,
not in
yeah.
the other areas blocked off from scrying.
His
Well, at least
you
check if
decoded that
someone's
part
sleeping.
from his brain.
Yeah, but at least you can check if someone's sleeping, so you're not just crashing a party in there.
Sure. Someone's taking residence in Designer 8's old bedroom, I suppose, yeah.
In case it's like some kind of break site for machines that need
Yeah.
breaks.
Might as well.
Some of them need to be
Before we
wound
head
up, you know.
out.
Plug them in and charge.
Mhm.
But so the augury then, is it the direction of just Wheel o' Woe given Garnet's distraction and us trying to sneakily infiltrate and aim at war machines, other lenses, and then
Using
Other
the
designers.
wellspring.
the designers or self-destructs depending on the time constraints. So that might be a bit much to augury all that. Maybe it just should have to be more specific of if we do all three of them and then self-destruct.
Up to you guys. What's your plan? What do you want to know?
Or maybe we should do just the two and then self-destruct, because if that goes good, then we can assess at the moment if we want to try to risk it for more. We want to know baseline if that will succeed, or at least have a good chance of succeeding.
Seems reasonable.
All right. Anyone care to word it, or should I?
No, you're on a roll.
All right. Would it be Wheel or Woe for the Academy's attack on Diffraxus if Garnet and her whole separate force attack the main city of Diffraxus, while the secondary force of myself, Athalor, take control of the lens and the tower, aim the lens at and destroy the war machines, and then other lenses in the city, and then self-destruct the lenses, or the lens that we are controlling. That's
Sounds good.
I like it.
All right.
Good wording.
Thing has a lot of
Okay.
confidence in us. I like that.
I did say I mean, just to keep in mind that, you know, as long as we have control over the tower, I suppose if we lose control over it, then that could go poorly, or if somehow Garnet's side gets, I don't know, messed with, staved off. But as long as all of that goes well, should be good.
Who will we have with us in our task force who can exfiltrate us? Teleportation circle, a plane shift.
Sig is
And the
going with
numerology
you.
person, right? To help angle the lens.
True,
Yeah.
true. She's also going. I don't remember. I'll have to check how high level she is. But she is definitely going with.
The master of beads. Abacustabra.
Damn it. Yeah, so I've divided people here into who's going with what team. Chad Chaddington is in charge of the tactical side of the attack on the lens, leading a combined force of wardens, war mages, and Phoenix Knights on loan from Brontha. Untermauler is extricated from his diplomatic duties and will be joining Elnao and Garnet along with similar forces. He'll be in tactical command of those forces at that time.
One thing, I think we specified we didn't want Bronthon forces
Yeah,
with
Phoenix
us,
Knights
just
with us.
wardens.
Which side?
I mean, my side.
Yeah. No Phoenix Knights.
Thank you.
seeing,
I had forgotten.
Garnet being Darkchild.
Oh, shush.
Oh, Gregory, I think she might be the Antichrist, actually. I think you're right, good day.
What a bloody fucking miracle is this?
Third miracle, more like turd miracle.
Execute that, man.
Okay, how does this look?
Seems good.
Yeah.
And
then-
Master Ralnor is not very high level, actually.
So Untermauler's with us.
Yes, he was already in the city trying to clean up the diplomatic mess created in the wake of Onderud and Squidman. So he was dealing with that. So he's very glad to be done with that. Yeah, turns out Tana Ralnor is not that much higher level than you kids. She's level 9.
Fucking TA? What?
No, she's not a TA. She's a graduate.
Level
She's a
9's
mage.
Fine.
But she's not like a master. She's not actually a master. She's teaching numerology, not, arcane destruction of all that lies before me.
You know what they say? Those who can't do, teach magic. And those who can't teach magic, teach math.
Damn.
Oof.
All right. Any other questions?
Is the for the like Phoenix Knight stuff that are with us, are they just once we get in? I guess we should have some of them clear the insides and then most of them be ready to deal with the outside ones?
Right.
Or-
The plan is that Chad Chaddington is going to is again taking tactical control of the situation. Your job is to focus on activating the device, understanding all of its parts, finding all of its parts, getting it working. That doesn't mean you're not going to see any action, but Chad's job with the Phoenix Knights and anyone else, depending on who all they can bring with them, because I don't think you're going to be able to bring all of these people with you.
Okay. But all right, leave it at Chad. When has Chad ever steered us wrong?
Exactly.
Absolutely never.
Okay. So the teleport spell can take the caster, in this case Sig, and up to 8 willing participants. So that's you 4. Plus, you have Phoenix Knights, Wardens, and Battle Mages.
Not gonna lie, I've seen the Battle Mages character sheets before. They're not amazing.
Strength in numbers.
All right, benched.
Is there like a town square that we're aiming for our side of things? Or
Yes, it's the same area that you abducted that student. I think the record said his name was Quan. Because that is directly outside of Designer 6's home, his laboratory. And if we happen to blow him up while we're at it, all the better.
Cool.
All right. Barring any objections, Chad is going to bring 2 of his Wardens and 2 Phoenix Knights.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds pretty strong.
Okay. Which is going to free up these battle mages because the gate spell don't work like that. The gate spell just opens up a damn portal that people can jump through. So this is your team. When you give the go signal, Sig will use a scroll of teleportation to teleport all of you to the target. Garnet, do you want to see the target before you go? Lemon, do you want to see the target before you go?
Yeah. Sorry, I blanked.
No, you're good. Lots going on. Whoop.
Holy crap! Oh,
Sheesh. You got this.
yeah, you've got it.
Easy.
Think positive thoughts. Look, there's a very normal person in the middle here.
So this is Diffraxus. This is Designer 6's laboratory. It is a high value target. The Muintiori have been preparing for this conflict for a while, and they've done a lot of research into Designer 6 and his capabilities, which is why they've picked this as the target, because they have countermeasures to shut down him and his magic.
Just assessing.
This is the teleportation circle.
Oh. Okay.
The gate does not need to be opened there specifically, but that is also a target because if you destroy it, it'll hamper their ability to travel from other designer cities to this city, etc.
And what's this thing?
That's a big old statue / spike that's holding up the city because this city's built in like layers and stacks. That's not lava down there. That's molten metal and slag from the foundries. It's like evil Iron Forge.
God, he gave me environmental kill options. Oh, me
I cast
excited.
Twilight Tendril permanently.
In attack
Cast
mode.
Death Yeet.
I'm ready. Then.
Okay.
Don't die.
Over and out.
She didn't say she wouldn't die.
Okay. Garnet,
Concerning.
your forces are lined up. Elnao is preparing to open the gate. You are still in excellent control of the Sphere of Annihilation, which I should put on the map. Do I still have that? No, I think I closed that up. So, where, without knowing too much more than you already do, just because it, like there are a lot of anti-scrying protections in place. Where do you want to drop where do you want the gate to open? Elna's letting you
What
pick
does she
you,
think?
she thinks either open it like in the middle of the town square or inside Designer 6's laboratory.
Which would be this thing.
This thing right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind starting in there, so it's a little bit covert.
Okay. While I'm preparing this, Mason and Athalor, any last words?
Anything from Auric that smiles upon us from our rifling through it?
Sure. A last minute scry as well on the little designer hut thingy to see if anyone's randomly in there.
Nope.
And on the outside, see if there's any other like changes. But
roll a perception check for me, please.
sure. Great at perception. Smile. Just kidding.
Can't see shit.
My glass.
Oh,
21.
actually, yes, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay, so you do notice something. You've been studying the entire apparatus of the you grab all these people, stick them here. You've been studying the apparatus of the dome, how it opens up to the sky, its interlocking layers and such. But on this examination, you notice two spherical, well, circular metal discs on the outside of and the top layer of the observatory structure, which I'm looking for. You would not believe how many windows I have open right now.
Oh, I believe it.
I have no one to blame but myself. Okay, here we go. So these moon phase, actually these parts right here, they open up.
Oh.
They're not currently open. They are flush with the surface. They're designed to not look like they open up, but they do appear to be like circular portals that can slide to the side, revealing something. You don't know what.
Ooh. All right. Not sure we'll definitely say that to people on the pre-scry. So wait a minute. I didn't notice that before. These things open up.
Maybe we'll be able to stick our heads out from the inside since we're going in first, right?
Yep, that's surely what they're for, Chad.
Perfect. All right. I've stuck my head through things before. I'm an expert. They shouldn't be a problem at all.
Inspires great confidence.
Okay. Garnet, is there anything you want to do before the gate is opened? Any spells to cast, preparations to make, etc.?
Already in mask mode, but would probably want to see if the wardens can be my little pocket sage, my Mercy from Overwatch, my keep me topped up little kitten.
The wardens don't have any healing magic,
Bruh.
but they can absolutely tank for you. They have a lot of defensive abilities. As long as you're next to them, if anyone attacks you, they can use their reaction to put disadvantage on the attack roll. They're very much designed to be bodyguards.
Or are they designed to have a backpack full of health potions then?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
very true.
Each of them has 4 basic healing potions. Those things are cheap. The Phoenix Knights are similarly equipped, but they also are paladins. So Strike Team Cobra is fine in this situation. Anything else, Garnet?
Cannonball?
Cowabunga, dude.
Okay. Elnao holds aloft the scroll, reads the high magic inscribed upon it, and Garnet, I would like you to roll 1d6 for me, please. A 2.
Surely that's good.
I don't know what this is.
It's bad, and never call me Shirley. Okay, 1, 2. All right. Now, the nice thing about all this is that the portal opens, and it's not like you just suddenly get sent through it, right? The portal just hangs in the air. with a gate. So you're standing on the other side. The odds of you actually being separated are pretty slim,
Not 0.
but not 0. They're never 0
This is now a 3-party attack.
Ugh.
because our lives weren't difficult enough already.
More tabs, gnomes, more tabs.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give vision to all of you from this portal token, just so that you can all watch the action.
Nice.
Tiny
Ooh,
vision.
this seems intense.
And let me like move it here so that you can probably see better. And you know what? Let's have some light pour through while we're at it too, huh?
Yeah, that's a light in
Sure.
here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Garnet. The portal opens inside the laboratory. Surprise, there's a dungeon in here. And where it opens, you know, I'm shrinking this. It's just too unwieldy, even if that's realistic. It opens into a metal corridor filled with cages. Dry blood, both dried and new, spills across the floor. Eerie, flickering green torches provide some semblance of light. Within these cages are creatures, things. Perhaps they were once human, elven, dwarven, but no longer. Many of them are clearly decayed, their flesh boiled away by acid, and now shambling about with the mindless fervor of the undead. Some of them have had metallic objects attached to them, drills and other tools. These ones thrash at the bars of their cages, making incoherent growling and screaming sounds. But directly in front of you is a giant freaking construct covered with spikes. And on its back are corpses. It turns to regard the portal. What do you do?
Can I see my token? I can't see my token.
I know, I'm dropping all of you.
Oh.
Whoop. You're in the negative zone outside the dungeon because you're portaling in, and I did not design this with that in mind, but you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Better up, bitch.
So we're in like a room, or is this more of a
Yeah, you're in a
hallway?
chamber in Onderud. This
In
right here.
Underwood?
Yeah, you guys start out in Onderud.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
So this side of the portal is Onderud. This side of the portal is Diffraxus. While we're at it, roll for initiative.
Oh no.
And I'll have you two lads do so when the time comes.
Bruh, calm the fuck down. Can I get one thing to go right? I've rolled
No.
5 ones in the last 2 sessions.
Garnet is scared of robots.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. Your boy Untermauler has a ridiculous ability that helps him do big stuff. But here's the thing. You take them by surprise. So I'm just going to let you go first regardless. But then after that, combat is going to suck.
Okay.
And
fair.
Untermauler gets +5 on all of his rolls. So there's that. Where'd Elnao go? There she is. Okay. Garnet, the door is open. You still have incredible control over the sphere for now.
Does
But
the sphere technically just eat this hallway because it's larger than the hallway?
probably, but you have to get it through the gate first. This is where stabilization comes in, because when it passes through the gate, there is a non-zero chance that it is destroyed or that it creates a spatial vortex and drags everyone within 180 foot radius into the vortex.
Oh, is that not 20 over now? I have to re
No, the nat 20 is to control it. You don't have to make any for a while, and you don't have to make any rolls to move the sphere. And that nat 20 will give you advantage on this next roll, but there is still a chance that it's about to explode when you move it through the door.
Okay, I would like to make the sphere go first.
Okay.
And ask everyone to wait.
Okay. Roll 1d100, please.
Oh, I don't like those, bro. I already rolled a 1.
It's time. Ooh.
That's not
Seems
bad.
Fine.
83. I'm not going to make you roll again because on an 83, the sphere moves through the portal or into the interdimensional space. When this portal opens, all they see is darkness. They don't see like this whole army or whatever. What's your intelligence modifier?
+5.
Okay. I'm giving you control of the sphere. You can move it
That's dangerous.
5 squares.
Isn't it 30 feet movement speed? Or-
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because of the mask. Oh, it's probably, let's see. It can go this far in one round, and it's not quite wide enough to fill the whole side. So who do you want to, you're absolutely going to hit the big dude,
Yeah.
but you're not going to be able to hit one side or the other. So which side do you want to hit?
Yes. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go right.
Okay. Roll.
But wasn't
8D
the sphere like 40 feet? Like, wasn't the sphere like super big? The one
It had like a
100?
10-foot diameter or 10-foot radius. So this is like a
Oh, this-
15-foot radius. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was bigger. My bad.
No, it's all good. You know, people that happens a lot. Roll 8d10, please.
Is that good?
Yeah. So the zombies are trapped in cages and literally unable to react in any way, shape, or form. They are instantaneously disintegrated.
Jeez.
The cadaver collector, on the other hand, even though it's surprised, there's a chance it could back away from this and only be partially caught in it. So it does get a saving throw.
Garnet War
disadvantage.
Crimes Chosaka going off.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
At disadvantage, so it doesn't actually get the natty
Oh,
20. It backs away from it instinctively, but chunks of it are inside the sphere, causing bits and pieces of it, well, again, chunks, to be disintegrated by the void. Okay. The rest of the party is going to wait on you. They are not particularly interested in being in front of that giant sphere of doom. If Legs was back, I would say let's go ahead and switch over now. But instead, we're just going to continue here for the time being. Oh, I know what he'll do. Untermauler is casting a spell. It looks like it's taking a little bit of time. The battle mages are all readying actions to shoot at anything that is a Diffraxian hostile that moves. The wardens are in battle positions, blocking off against anything bad that happens. And did I not roll? I must not have rolled for the cadaver collector. I didn't. All right, let's try again. Oh no, it got a 10. Okay. So the cadaver collector on its turn, now that it's been activated, lumbers over down the hallway and starts heading upstairs over here. And it is going to dash. So it runs up the staircase all the way that you can see. I'm rolling in a couple of more monsters that have now been alerted, Garnet, but it is your turn. You can move it another 30 feet if you want.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way. Can you move it here?
Mhm.
Or I think I remember the spot. I think it was. Oh, I'm moving the teleporter. I can't move it. I can't
All right,
move the sphere.
I'll take care of it. Is this what you wanted, to just draw a line here?
Oh, I thought the purple was the sphere. And
Nah, the purple is the gate. The dark nothingness is the sphere.
Okay, yeah.
No wonder this is confusing. Is that what you wanted to do though, or did you want to like?
Yeah,
slip-
it's gotta go
Oh,
forward. So.
Cool.
Oh, can it maybe do like a doot, doot,
Yeah, pinball mode. All right. So the sphere just, but it's not bouncing off the walls though, because it's eating the walls. So it's just like, and as it goes, oh, I just deleted the zombies. Oops.
you know.
You win some, you lose some.
Normally, I mark people down to 0 hit points, but when you just get deleted from existence, that is what happens. All right. Garnet's attack force has just entered the laboratory. Sig looks to the gathered forces. Well, are we ready for this? Yeah, sure. Sounds great.
As we'll ever be.
Yes.
All right, stand by while I teleport your entire team into position.
Into what's that room?
Oh, there's one thing I have to do, though. Oh, no, because they have... So Sig has the scroll of teleportation in one hand and Designer 8's head in the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as they have that, it's a guaranteed arrival.
Nice. Tight squeeze in this room, though.
Yep. The team arrives.
Oh, I didn't make it.
Everyone except Athalor arrives. Athalor is now
Athalor got
lost in
left behind.
space.
Oh no.
Hey, Sage! Bye!
Be sure to tune in next week for the Athalor Alone episode. No, but really, you're here. Please roll for initiative just so that it's done and we don't have to do it again,
Yeah.
You guys aren't technically in combat yet, but we will be going between the two sides.
Oh.
Wow.
We looking good? Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking real good. All right. Roll20 is having an issue with how many tabs I have open. One moment, please.
You want to give me some of those nat 20s, bud?
No.
You've got the nuke, I've got the 20s, okay?
Okay, fine.
It evens
That
out.
seems like a fair
Yeah, but
trade.
if I roll once with the nuke, though, it's going to go against me.
We're just doing our own
I think that's
Barbenheimer
gonna be
here.
against all of us.
All right.
She's Oppenheimer, he's Barbie.
Immediately upon arrival, the hot desert winds this high up as the sun is setting, and you're like 200 feet off the desert floor. It's just on the other side of this structure. And even though it's made of wood, it's been decently apportioned. There's, tar and stuff gluing the slats together so there's no drafts. Immediately upon arrival, Chad is going to just look around to see that everybody's covered. All right. So you two are, and you, he points at Ralnar, you're supposed to be figuring out this thing, right? So you tell us when to move. I'm in charge of all the fighting and hitting things and keeping the lot of you safe, but you tell us when we're ready to move out. All right?
Sounds good. Don't worry about that door behind you. That is the toilet.
Team, everyone good? We all went before we went, right? Very good. It smells bad in here because of the rotten breakfast that's been sitting on here ever since Designer 8 left to join the Dark Academy. Inside, aside from the 2 doors that lead in either direction, there's a number of objects possibly of interest. However, with this many people in the room, it's going to impose disadvantage on any investigation checks made to rifle through things. What would the two of you like to do?
As Mantra's like all the way at the back, I think Athalor would look to him to see if he could find any of the notes about operation of this. Because he'd have to go through quite a few people to get there.
I think, if memory serves correctly, the notes were where the Phoenix
On the
notes
desk.
were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Clang. There's a lot of plate mail in this room.
Mm-hmm.
It's not particularly stealthy. They're trying to be quiet, but there's cling.
Should we
They
just
mo-
already try to go out into the main section and start clearing it out?
Athalor's going to check which way this door swings. Does
It
move
swings
past?
into the room beyond.
Excellent. In which case, I'm going to use my initiative 20 here for Athalor to simultaneously try and cast a minor illusion of the door over the door and use the object interaction to open this, because the illusion becomes faint to people who know it's an illusion.
Right.
So it'll be translucent as a door. Okay. Goes up towards the illusion. I don't see hostiles in here just yet.
It is quiet. There's a faint hum underneath your feet and a acrid burning smell that's kind of stinging your mucous membranes that's wafting in from somewhere. There's a set of stairs going down into the depths and a set of stairs rising up to the next floor. Multiple control consoles are scattered around the room, as well as enormous pipes leading to this central column.
Does this look like a reservoir?
It looks like a big old metal pillar.
Oh, so it's not like glowing.
No, it's not glowing.
Okay. The designer's head say anything about what this might be, Sig?
Shake, shake, shake.
It doesn't seem particularly talkative at the moment.
Oh boy.
You're the one with all the notes, right? See what you can figure out.
Is it like a pressure gauge?
You
like
can
that.
move up to it. This is a big room. Like, you are 35 feet away from it, so it's going to be difficult for you to tell anything at that distance.
Looks to Chad. I think this room might be secure. But, does it like do your thing kind of? And steps out of the way.
Okay. With much hustling and bustling, your armored contingent exits the chamber.
At that point, as they exit, Mason probably go over to the notes, start trying to rifle through them for important bits that might pertain to what we're doing here.
Okay. Let's see here. There's a combination. There's an enormous book on top of everything, and then there's a pile of papers. Which do you want to look at?
Probably the pile of papers.
Okay. These are official orders from Designer 6, instructing Designer 8 to leave his duties and assets in Diffraxus. As effective immediately, he is assigned to an arcane training facility and redesignated Instructor 1.
Okay.
In addition, there's some information here about the other designers of the city. Looks like Designer 8 was keeping tabs and keeping notes and jotting down weaknesses and such.
Be useful. As Mason's like kind of speed reading, skimming this would be reciting it out loud.
Can I see the title of the book?
The title of the book? There's actually there's nothing written on the side of it because this was a work in progress.
I'd say bag that for later. Maybe it's his research into solar energy.
There is a big old sun diagram. It's open to a page with a sun diagram and some notes about energy conversion. You could stop to study it, or you could bag it.
Yeah, this might be relevant. Do you think we should take the time to try to, even just a couple of minutes before people know we're here?
I've got a plan. Athol looks over to the book, blinks a couple of times, and reaches out within his mind. You down for a little reading?
We are prepared.
Just tell me when you need a page turned.
Athalor flips through the entire book as his uncle just screenshots from his mind. Athalor doesn't have to understand it. He just has to see it long enough for his uncle to record that information mentally.
We are processing information pertinent to conversion of solar energy into other forms. Notes on targeting celestial targets. Potential of use of weapon against Terra Nimbus in the event of sovereign attack. Notes on extending range to reach Vudazon tribe.
Athalor whispers this all back towards Mantra.
Mhm.
It's almost a manifesto. Okay.
Thanks.
Notes confirm charging device with less sunlight will take longer, but fully functional.
Okay, and we're running out of light. That's running out of time. We should get moving.
We should start. Need your quill to set up the areas of which we need to function things, and I'll set up my circles afterwards.
Sounds good.
Meanwhile, like a mile or two away, Garnet, at the end of the hall on the opposite side of the black hole that you're controlling to annihilate everything in its path, you hear a and some thing moves at the edge of your vision. A body that might once have been human now has 4 legs and nightmarishly long, thick arms. What's worse, its skin has been flayed off, revealing the dead muscle and sinew beneath it.
Okay.
It angles around this thing that you've created and then attempts to squeeze past, leaping with preternatural dexterity. Its
I don't like
flailing
that.
limbs cram itself into this corner. And how intelligent is this thing? It's not very intelligent. You hear it clanking against a giant spiked automaton that went in front of it. It's hard to tell what's going on in there. Untermauler continues casting his spell. He has taken out a brazier with roasting coals, and he's sprinkling things on it and muttering in the language of magic. The battle mages are going to advance. Actually, no, they're going to wait one more push of that sphere before they advance. Elnao is going to advance. She flies
small.
She flies forward. She sees this horrifying thing. And she's going to hang back and let you, when all you have is a nuke, everything looks like something that you can nuke. Garnet, it is your turn.
So I have to move past all these people?
Yes,
Or
but you
is it
can't.
just like...
They're all allies. You can move past them.
But do I have to... I mean, I have a 30 feet movement speed, so I can't even like go through the portal yet?
You can be a little closer if you want. I was sort of abstracting everything. You can start
I'm
within
in the
10 feet
front
of the
lines,
portal.
bro.
Okay,
I'm in
yeah.
the front fucking line.
You had to drive the thing. That makes sense.
At least just enough to go. Whoop. Won't let me go through.
Yeah, because there's a wall there because we're breaking the laws of time and space.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
As usual.
Whoop. Were you here or were you like 2 squares behind?
Like I think 30 feet brought me here.
Okay.
There.
As you stepped through, the horrible thing turns to regard you. Those are definitely human legs attached to it.
Okay.
Or humanoid,
And-
at least.
Does it have like machinery or metal, or is it just
Nope. Roll an Arcana check for me.
oh magical identification?
Yes.
entity thing? Okay.
Yes.
No, that's my nat 30. Thanks.
There we go.
This
Identify the free creature.
It's bad.
this is a risen reaver. They normally occur as the results of horrifying slaughter on the battlefield. They arise as avatars of war and destruction. This one has been artificially created. Things have been attached together. It has a charisma score of 6, so it is not a Riz Reaver.
Negative Riz Reaver.
But yeah, they normally are just like spontaneous things that arise from the scenes of horrible carnage on the battlefield. This one was artificially created, sewn together Frankenstein style from different parts, and then imbued with necromantic magic. This whole hallway seems to be full of experiments that are as much physical, biological, as they are mechanical.
She's gonna yawn and cast Twilight Tendril.
Okay, send it. That's a strength save, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A 17. It's big and super strong.
Uh-oh. As she tries to like grab it to maybe shove it into the sphere, she's having a hard time, and she's gonna look at Elnao and say, "Banish."
Yes, banish. And she walks forward and casts Fireball.
Okay,
That's
I didn't
a
ask
kind
how
of
big this
banishing.
room was.
And she'll do one of these.
Gonna banish them to the flame dimension.
Exactly. And that's going to hit everything in the room except for this guy who's around the corner, but it does in fact go around corners because it's a freaking fireball. So, yeah. All right, well, the caged zombies are dead.
Bye bye.
We execute every single one of our prisoners here at IOTH Academy.
Leave no survivors. How many rust risen do I have? Just the one? Just the one. And that's a failure. Minus 26 damage. The fireball goes off and it is loud. It is extremely loud. It's a gigantic explosion. So, you know.
True.
We have abandoned the stealth approach. But when you knock down someone's door with a black hole, that tends to be what happens. Wow. Big numbers. All right, Riz Reaver, where are you at? Dexterity save. Oh, it has another +3 to this, so it also succeeded. Minus 13. And the cadaver collector around the corner got a... and has advantage. I already rolled it with advantage. All right, so I'm taking the first result. It's saved, so it takes partial damage. Why the hell is it not in the count? Okay. Zombie time. All the zombies are dead.
Let's
Yay.
The Risen Reaver, having just been fireballed, screeches in rage and is going to try to squeeze past the sphere to get to you. A 23.
Hello.
Hello there, chum.
Not so fast!
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
The wardens immediately
You're broken
interpose
the law.
themselves as it makes 3 blade attacks, and they use their reactions to impose disadvantage on its attack. So I'm taking... Okay, so the clang against the armor. It's a flurry of limbs and spikes, and it manages to knock itself against the wall of steel it just met and lose its third attack because it got a natty 1. Untermauler finishes casting his spell. And he summons a fire elemental.
Just a bit of fire theming.
He drops it around the corner, and Kill. And you hear it whooshing against the enemy. The battle mages are going to open fire with a barrage of spell attacks onto the enemy. And while I take care of that, Garnet, what are you doing? Oh, also, the fire elemental is going to attack and then move out of the way. Just in case you feel like sending it to the side.
I'm guessing these wardens have like high strength, right?
Yes, they do.
Is it possible to give my initiative to someone else? Is that a rule?
Well, they technically go before you. I'm just getting to you first to prevent the action figure problem. You know what I mean?
I'd like to, well, since they're going first, I would like to suggest / command them to shove this guy into the sphere.
Okay.
Football line style.
3 attempts.
All
1,
right.
2, 3.
They lock shields because you've destroyed, like, this is no longer a normal metal pathway. I don't have the capacity to do this, but you've like torn into the surrounding stone. It's just this spherical hallway because everything's getting erased by this damn thing. If you double click on the warden, do you have control over it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage, please.
Athletics advantage.
Ignore my disadvantage. I'm taking the first roll. All right. So I got a 13 and they got a 14. They shove it partially back into the thing. Roll 8d10, please. Again, it didn't get completely absorbed, but it did get its ass shoved into this.
Losing a couple bum hairs.
And because you had 3 wardens, roll once more, but without advantage.
Open the sheet again. Sorry.
All good.
Normal. Athletics. I do my
Against. It holds its ground against
Devil
that
works
one.
harder.
Okay, now do you want to take your turn?
Yeah.
All
Might
right,
as well
what
make
do you
him
want to do?
Roll another one of those. Wait, where is my fucking thing? There.
Okay, well, it still has a +4 to its strength saving throws, so... But that's not good enough. Okay, you poke it for like 3 points of damage and shove it further into the sphere. Roll 8d10.
Okay, that's better.
And a casual 41 points of force damage. And Elnao will follow up with a wombo combo.
This thing's still alive? What the fuck?
It's big, but it's getting shoved backwards, you know?
It had 4 legs to begin with. You're pruning
It does have 4 legs to begin with.
I got a few to get through.
Screw it. Telekinesis.
Huh?
She starts concentrating on telekinesis for the sweet environmental kills. Roll 16d10, please.
Oh. That's a big number.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do.
You partially shove it in, and as it's forcing back, Elnao holds her hands out to either side, her eyes glow, and she just starts moving her hands and just shoves it all the way in, and it vanishes into nothingness.
Nice.
Nice.
Must be a burps.
Good murder, Elnao.
All right. This robot thing attempts to move up the stairs. And then the cadaver collector takes its turn. You hear jung, 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 jung. An incredibly high-pitched steam whistle emits from the side. The alarm has been sounded.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Understandable.
Okay. Turning back now to the site of Diffraxus and the weapon system. While Chad and company are securing first the door, what do you want to do?
I want to join them in this room, and I noticed that these pipes seem to be somewhat radial in how they're going out.
Mhm.
Do they seem to correspond to those outside pillars that Mason noted might be operable?
No, the diameter's wrong. These are too narrow in diameter.
Gotcha. I guess we should check out the central console.
Okay. Leaning over the central console, there's one big wheel, just a big old hatch, and a whole bunch of indicators. Make an intelligence check for me, please. This is not magic. This is just mechanics.
Just mechanics.
Mason, you can as well if you want.
Sure, yeah. Basically. Or...
I'll use my my inspiration on that one.
Oof, we're fucking dumb.
Oofers.
Okay. So the big hatch, the big wheel controls steam pressure. This is the master steam valve.
Mm-hmm.
And almost all the indicators are low or bad. Some of them are like moving a little bit. But the overall steam pressure to the system is reading at 10%.
We need it between 90 and 100 if it's going to fire. Steam is generated on third sub-basement of a boiler by these pipes. Those are the small ones. They weren't big enough for the outside.
So what do you figure was in those bigger ones? I was looking forward to sticking my head through something. And you hear clong and the sound of something rolling. As on cue, internally.
Oh.
From those exact points where those external ducts open, you hear something rolling. And two hatches open in the ceiling. And two iron spheres, the exact, just slightly smaller than those external ports, open. They are iron balls covered with thick in black panels. And as they roll towards you, a hatch opens and a nasty looking spear pops out.
Oh, fuck.
And we'll find out what those bastards do when we return from a short break here on Book of Dawn IOTH Academy. Don't go anywhere, folks.